Good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday. It is 7:39. Haven't been here the last few mornings. Been busy week, busy. I got things to update you on. Number one, I think I told you, took the shirts. First batch. Oh my gosh, she almost cried. She loved those shirts. Loved those shirts. Couldn't thank me enough. I get a message yesterday. My granddaughter wants to know if we could change it to this. Well, my message this morning was very to the point, very blunt, very direct. I said, you're not the only thing I have to do, and every time you change something, I have to stop what I'm doing. I need an answer today. I don't want to hear it from anybody again. I'm going to finish these shirts and I'm done. Now, when I taken them to the market, the design she had already chosen and liked, which was pretty close to the original one I had come up with, because in between she wanted to keep having me use watermarked no, and no. So I'm hoping when I enlarge this picture, it's got a watermark. I am so over this job. This is why I told my husband, I got other people. I got a tattoo shop. I've got a guy that owns a fishing thing. I've got a few people that want me to do their shirt. I didn't go into this for this bullshit. I did it because it's fun and because I like to do it, because I like to design my own shirts, like this one that says, I don't like making plans for the day. Then the word premeditated gets thrown around in the courtroom. I like to make my own clothes. But my kids talk to me into, Mom, you ought to blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yeah. So that's the update on the shirts. Then yesterday, at the water. No. Sunday at the water, day before. I've lost a day. We're getting ready. We pull in, to take the boats out. Middle of the day. Normally there's nobody at the docks, but the docks are real busy. So anyhow, we pull both the little boats aside, to wait. And I'm standing there for better than 45 minutes in the heat with my little dog watching our boats and our equipment while my husband's sitting in line, which is okay. I don't mind the waiting in line. That's all part of it. While some jackass that has four jet skis on 4 different trailers with 4 idiots that don't know how to back a trailer up. I'm standing there and I'm watching 7, 8, 10 attempts. Now, we're not talking big boat trailers. We're talking little jet ski trailers. Could have fucking picked them up and put them down there. And they've got kids directing them. The boat's going under the dock. It's going... I don't say a word. I just stand there and watch. And then he had said something about, taking so much time. And I said, well, when you have that many, it might be better if you go to Bayport, because you could put them all in the water at the same time if you could fucking get them there. Well, I guess I was rude. Well, first of all, he started running his mouth to the wrong person. Second of all, my husband was right there. My husband come down there. He flew up on top of that trailer. That mouthy little fuck, little man syndrome anyhow, started lipping my husband. My husband's just standing there telling me, come on. Couldn't. I love people. That's not the first one we ran into like that in the same day. Mouthy. Wouldn't come back. And I looked at him and I said, little fucking man, you want to run your mouth? You want to back it? Come back it up to me. I'm not as fucking big as he is. Couldn't do it. So anyhow, boom, boom, 2 boats. We're out of there. We're out of everybody's way. We've got it down. We know what we're doing, So anyhow, we leave there. And I had told my kids, I said, I've got some Wahlburgers that I bought at the store. I'd like to try them and see how good they are. And I'll make some homemade macaroni and cheese. I said, I'd like a hot dog, but I'm not sure if I have any in the freezer. So I asked my husband, I said, honey, can you please run me by the store and I'll run in and get hot dogs. He's pulling the trailer. We got the shit dog with us. So he was being a pisshead all day anyhow. I'm glad my daughter and I got in one boat and got the fuck away from them too. Bleh. Anyhow. So he pulls up to Walmart. I could have easily went to Publix, Winn-Dixie right here by the house. No, we got to go to Walmart. So he pulls up by the front door. And I said, look, everybody else takes their dogs in the store. I'm going to take shit dog with me. So here me and shit dog get out. I'm in my little cover up and he's got his little flotation device on still. And in the store we go, and he's a proud little guy, and he's just... We get all that done. I walk outside. No husband. No husband. So I'm at one end of the store. Here I am, going to the other side. Now, mind you, I got 2 heavy bags and shit dog. Now, I'm going to pick shit dog up because I don't want him to burn his little feet, So we go all the way to the other end of the store. I'm looking. I don't see him anywhere. So I'm standing now down by the garden area, and I let shit dog down for a minute so I could, move my hands. And he's on a stretchy leash, so he can move around. I don't want him to choke himself. Anyhow, here comes some fucking woman in a white SUV, damn near hits my dog. So, out of impulse, I grab his leash to get him out of her way, right? He's on a stretchy leash. So I pull... My hand goes back and hits one of them big barriers they have out there. Thonk, thonk. I got a bruise. She stops her car and she's cussing me, telling me what a piece of shit I am. How dare I? She just watched me abuse my dog. And I'm standing there. The lady inside Walmart at the garden area, she's standing there looking. I said, what the fuck are you talking? You almost ran over my fucking dog, bitch. I heard him when he hit that pole. You're abusing that dog. It wasn't him. He was right by my feet. It was my fucking hand that hit that pole. She gets out her camera. Miss little fucking... Sorry, women that are named Karen, but... Karen, taking videos of me. You need to go to jail. I'm in a call. I said, fucking call the police. I didn't do anything wrong. You need to get out of here, mind your own fucking business. And in the meantime, I'm looking for my fucking husband. I don't see him anywhere, right? Had he been where he was supposed to be, I wouldn't have been standing there 10 minutes already and wouldn't have had to deal with this fucking woman. Other people don't get what their actions do. They really don't. If he'd have sat right the fuck there where I could have seen him, that would have never happened. So now I got this bitch. Then she pulls off. Then she comes back and she's threatening me. She said, I'm going to give you the ass whooping of your fucking life. Really? Really? So behind her, this much down fucking window with her camera, she's screaming at me and she's going to threaten me because she almost ran over my fucking dog. I just stood right there. I said, come out from behind your fucking piece of glass with that big ass mouth of yours. I said, you could stick 7 fucking cocks in that big mouth of yours, bitch. Come on out here. Because when I'm pissed, I'm pissed. Do not start on me for something I didn't do. Ever. ever. It brings the fucking devil out in me. And you have no clue. I might be old and I might be little. But you know what? I'm the meanest little fucking woman you ever met when you get on the wrong side of me. And she did. Well, little Miss Karen figured out she wasn't going to win. Because I just stood right there. A lady in Walmart's going, what the hell is wrong with her? I'm like, I don't know. She says, I'm abusing my little dog. She says, you're not abusing that little guy. I said, I know that. I said, that's exactly why I'm standing right here. I said, exactly. And I got a spot on my glasses. So anyhow, I decide to go walking the parking lot. You know, me, the abuser, carrying bags and shit dog in this heat. Oh, lo and behold, he's way out at the end of the parking lot behind a bunch of trucks and stuff, so I can't see where he was. So I'm like, okay, cool. Van will be nice and cold. I'll get there. Guess what? He's not in the fucking van. Not in the fucking van. I don't have keys to the van. I have one set of keys, and he had my one fucking set of keys. So again, I'm conforming to somebody else because I said, I'll be right back. What, you don't fucking hear that? Yeah. So now I'm standing out in the sun because there's no fucking trees, nothing to get me and shit dog out of it, holding bags and holding the dog. So he does, you know, the little dog that I abused. Yeah, that little dog. Well, I have to wait on him now to come out of the fucking store. I'm telling you. Well. So anyhow. I ain't even going to go into how the rest of that day. And it had nothing. And none of this had to do with me. Not a bit of it. There was a bunch of other shit. I told you I had company. Well, I ain't going into that. I'm not. I'm just not. So anyhow, got through the rest of my day yesterday. Got my house cleaned up for my company. And, I mean, they did a great job. Cleaned the room, put it back as good, if not better, than when they went. There's other things there, but I'm just not going to talk about that. So anyhow, here's the good news. I got a phone call yesterday from the detective in Sumter County. Guess who he took to jail? Yeah, he did. The dirt bag. Let me take a drink of coffee. This is going to be one long sentence. He told him he didn't know me, and he had never been to my flea market. All the while, the detective is sitting there with pictures from the video from my booth, because we keep a camera on it 24/7, with him in it. He said he wasn't there. And then when the detective showed him the pictures, there were pictures. I'm not sure if I was in any of them. I might have been with my back to him, because I wouldn't look at him. Him and my husband was sitting in the chair where he was when I left to go get him breakfast. The guy's trying to divert attention to my husband, saying, well, that guy's not me. That looks nothing like me. That's her husband. But he'd never been there, right? How did he know that was my husband? How did he fucking know it was my husband if that wasn't him in those videos? So anyhow, he goes on to his next lie. It's not me. That doesn't look like me. The detective looked at him and he says, you see that mole on that man's neck? You got the same mole. He says, you see that wedding ring in the watch? He says, that's you. Well, the guy continued to lie. So the detective himself ushered him over to the jail. And instead of just a battery which probably would have been a misdemeanor. He had to fuck himself. He got felony battery because I'm over 65. He fucking gets what he gets now, you know? I was thinking, oh, well, okay. You know, give him some probation, make him go to some classes, and give me a restraining order, you know, against him if he ever comes around. Not after he sat there and lied to the detective when he's sitting there with this shit in his hand, telling him he don't know me. And I'm pretty sure one of those pictures was him standing, if you're looking straight at it, he was standing to the left. My husband was sitting in the chair, and I was standing to the right of my husband with my back to this man because I wouldn't even look at him. But he's trying to say he wasn't there. And he didn't know me. And he didn't do anything wrong. You know what? If you want to try to convince somebody that I'm lying, better make sure I am. Because when I make a claim like that, I come with all guns and I make sure I can prove it. Because I've learned, you just don't go running off half-cocked, making allegations. I have seen too many people create huge problems by doing that. And I ain't going to fucking lie anyhow. I'm not doing it for him. I'm not doing it for my kids. I'm not doing it for my husband. I'm not doing it for anybody. I'm not going to lie. So, now, it's in the state's attorney's hands. And we'll see where they're going to go with it. The detective told me they would get a hold of me, and he probably is not going to want to take it to court because he's going to have to hire an attorney. I'm pretty sure he could probably use one of the free ones, but I don't think that's what he needs at this point. Because this is just the one county. We haven't even gone to the second county for the stalking. Yeah. So I'm thinking, I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he needs to go to some kind of classes because he's sick. He's sick in the head. I'm thinking he needs to be on probation for a long time. And I think I want a forever restraining order put in place. I know they're not worth the paper they're written on, but you know what? I like to follow the letter of the law. And if we're going to do this, you know. And if he wants to keep being a dickhead, and the state's attorney decides they're going to pick up on the charges, I'm right there with him. He fucking lied. But I should have known. I should have known if he's going to touch another man's wife, when he's married, apparently he is, and then he's going to come looking for another man's wife after he did something like that. Yeah. I just hope, just when I get to taking a deep breath and thinking, okay, I can relax. You know, I get another phone call. However, the phone call yesterday was, it was okay. I can't say that I'm jumping up and down for joy and happy over this, because I'm not. It should have never happened. He should have never put his goddamn hands on me. I shouldn't have to be in this position because he's a fucking freak. I shouldn't. Now he's drawn my husband in, my friends that know he's there and been there, my friend Laura, the state's attorneys, the detectives, you know, public defenders are going to have to get involved. Now his wife is going to know, because the detective told me yesterday that he was pretty sure that he was going to try to not let his wife know about this, because he was trying to get a bond and get bonded out of there by a bonding agency without having to call his wife. So he's a sick little man. And it needs to be taken care of. So anyhow, hopefully I can put that on the back shelf for another week or so. But they're moving fast on this. I'm not sure. I only looked him up in that county in the jail. But I guess I could look him up where he lives and see if there's anything. Because I'm sure they ran a NCIC on him. And if he did anything in the past, they can't tell me anyhow. So I'll just look him up and see if I can find anything else. When I looked him up and saw his booking photo, I'll tell you what, he was madder than a motherfucker. You could see it all over his little ugly face. You know what? I don't care. He didn't care when he touched me. He didn't care when he came looking for me and about gave me a fucking stroke when I walked there and saw him standing there. He didn't care. And I just have to keep myself in that mind frame with him. So we'll see. And the last, you remember my little white baby that always laid on the table right there by the microwave outside? He went to his new home. When my daughter left, she took him. I told her anything, bring him back home. It doesn't matter, anything. And I know she'll take good care of him. I don't doubt that. But he's my boy. I got him from the Humane Society. He had been abused really bad. They cut his tail in half and pulled out all his nails. And so yeah, when I got him, he didn't want anything to do with people at all. When I put him down in the house, he was under my bed for probably the first month. I'm going to assume he came out at night and ate. I left him food out. And, him and Barry. Barry didn't care when he got here. He was king of the castle. So, yeah, it took a little bonding. But once him and I bonded, so that makes me sad that he's not here. But I did my morning ritual and fed the turtles, fed the dogs, took them out, brushed the cats, brushed them. So I'm going to go out and work on a new print. I'm done with this. I'm so done with this. So done with this. She could pay me $1,000 for doing those shirts. No. Here, this is what you owe me. Take the rest of it. Don't call me again. Because I won't do work for her again. No way. No way. I'm not a fucking printing company. I'm a one-person operation. And she knows that. And I've told her that. I've reminded her of that. I'm about half ready to say, here is your other set of shirts. Take them and get somebody else to do them. And just keep your money for the other ones. That's how aggravated I am. I'm just that fucking aggravated over that. And then she wants them by the 1st. Yeah. Got news for her. I have other things to do. I have other clients, customers, whatever you want to call them. People, friends. I call them friends. If I'm doing business with you, you're my friend. I'm missing a necklace. Squirrel! That's my other phone. So, it's just my husband. Still mad at him. Yeah. I still don't get why people don't pay attention to what goes on around them and their surroundings. If you had dropped me off at the front door of Walmart, pulling a trailer. I grabbed the dog. I said, I'm taking him with me. I'll be back in a minute. Wasn't in there that long. I got a pack of ballpark hot dogs, a fresh pack of hamburger buns, and a fresh pack of hot dog buns. And, one of their fresh hot chickens, because I didn't know what my stomach was going to tolerate. And that was it, 4 things. I picked the chicken up on the way through to the register. Right in and out. Except he dropped me off at the garden end of the store too, so me and Snappy had to walk the whole fucking store to the other end of where the groceries are. But still, we walked fast, so we didn't imposition anybody. And then we walked all the way back to that end of the store, because thinking about him being left in the car out there, although he was in the fucking air conditioning, figured I'd hurry through the store, so I didn't keep him waiting. But no, he decides he's going to go way out in the parking lot where I could not see him over the trucks in the parking lot, and lock the van and go in the store. I don't know what he was thinking. I didn't take a fucking telephone with me, so I couldn't call him and say, where are you? He couldn't call me, because I don't have my phone stuck up my ass all the time like he does, And am I mad at him? Yeah, I'm really fucking mad at him over that. I really am. I really am. That created that whole other fucking situation. This is why I need to be by myself out in the fucking woods with my animals. I can't cut a fucking break, guys. I can't. I bend over backwards for people. I do everything I can. I'm about at the end of that fucking rope. Yeah. I did it once. Walked away from 22 fucking years of life. I'm tired of being the doer and the giver all the time is what I'm tired of. If I'm going to do and fucking give, maybe I ought to have time to do it for myself instead of everybody else. Yeah, I'm in a bad mood this morning. I really am. But, shame on her. She's mad. Oof. Yeah. And here's the bad part. In almost 18 years, my husband has never seen that ugly of me. I don't want to see that ugly of me. I really don't. But I'm on that little fucking line. I have warned them. I have warned all of them. But they just go on with their narcissistic fucking lives. Yeah. Shit's gonna hit the fan soon. I'm telling you. I'm only one fucking person. One fucking person. And who does everybody call? Who does everybody think's gonna fix their fucking problems? And when they don't, who do they not talk to? But yet, I'm supposed to fix all their problems, but I'm not allowed to know anything. It's none of my fucking business, I can't ask them, oh, where'd you go? What'd you do today? It's none of my business. So then when I don't ask and I don't want to know, oh, she don't care. No. I'm not putting myself in that position. I'm not doing it. I'm over it with all of them. I don't think they get that. I really don't think they do. Anybody thinks they got fucking priority over anybody else with me, they've lost their mind, and I don't care who it is. It don't work that way in my world anymore. I could pack my shit in my little fucking car or my van, one or the other, I don't really care. Pack my shit and go. That's where a point I am with everybody. Everybody. I got one kid standing in my house this weekend bitching about one of their children. Blah, blah, blah. I said, are you listening to what the fuck you're saying? Are you listening? You're bitching about him doing the same shit to you that you do to me. I said, are you kidding? I couldn't get her to put 2 and 2 together. Yeah. The exact same. I had to stop. I can't tell you how many times I had to stop her and say, are you listening to what you're saying to me? Do you remember when you were 19? Do you remember? That's all I'm going to go there on that one. I'm staying out of that one because he lives in my house. And he has turned out to be a good kid. So we're not going there. He's a typical 19-year-old young man. I'm not getting in between that squabble because you know what? I didn't like my mother either. I had good fucking reasons not to like my mother. I really did. I really did. My mother was abusive. Not only physically, but emotionally. Me. Just me. You know, the black sheep, the bitch. You know, the one that she introduced as the bitch of the family. Yeah, the other two would go whining and crying, and I was the one she dragged through the house by the hair of the head. I was the one that she damn near kicked in the teeth. You know, I was the one that she allowed the other two to hold down on the floor and beat up. And then she couldn't want to figure out why I didn't like any of them. Yeah, she couldn't figure that out. I'm the one that at 19 years old had a child, was living on her own, taking care of her child, working, taking care of her child. And I went over to my mother's house on a Sunday with my child, and then don't remember what it was for, you know, maybe just a visit, because I was not going to separate my mother from her grandchild just because I couldn't fucking stand her and she couldn't stand me. Anyhow, I went to leave. Where are you going? I'm going home. She wouldn't let me out the door. She says, you leave her here with me. I said, no, Mom, I'm taking her. She says, no, you leave her here with me. Well, you know what? The wrong thing to do is try to take a child away from her mother when you're standing by a back fucking glass storm door. She went right the fuck out it on her ass. I got in my car, put my baby in her car seat. And back then you didn't have to have a car seat, but I had her in the back seat in her car seat. I don't get 6 blocks from my mother's house and I get pulled over by the cops. He walks up, not with his sidearm drawn, but he got in the trunk of his fucking car and got a shotgun of some kind out, a rifle, whatever they used back then. I walked up to my car. And he said, would you get out of the car, please? I'm thinking she probably called because I pushed her out the door. He wants my ID. He wants this. And I said, my purse is in the trunk where I always keep it. I said, I have to get in the trunk. So he follows me to the trunk with this fucking gun pointed at me. Get in there. Hand him my driver's license. He said, whose child is that in the car? He said, Mrs. Cross just called me and told me that you kidnapped her child. I said, what? He said, yes. He says, that's why I pulled you over. He said, Mrs. Cross. I said, hold the fuck up right now. While I had my wallet out. Because she was still so young, I hadn't got a birth certificate. But I kept our hospital bracelets. And I said, hold on a minute. Of course, the whole time I got a fucking gun pointed at me. I pulled the bracelets out of my wallet. I said, look, you want to read the names on these fucking bracelets? You want to tell me whose names these are on these bracelets? Guess who got in trouble for filing a false police report? So then what she did is got an attorney. I probably said this earlier, way back in another video, and maybe not. Our family attorney, Dorothy Bergman, back then, bless her heart, she's probably still not here. She's not here because I know she's not. She was old then. My mother was going to try to take her away and give her to my oldest sister because she had just gotten married and she didn't have any children. I'll tell you what, God doesn't give some people children for a reason. Anyhow, so she thought my child should go to my sister. The attorney told her, Nancy, it's my mother's name. I'll tell you something right now. You got to prove her unfit. She says, I've known Beck all her life. That ain't happening, Nancy. She says, I'll tell you what's going to happen. You take this shit to court like this. She says, if by some slight chance they would find a reason to take her, you and Jennifer won't get her, and I'll make sure of that. Yeah. But I would walk into public places, or I'd walk into where she worked. She tended bar. Oh, hey, this is my daughter, the bitch. Remember the one I was telling you about? Well, her daughter, the bitch, made her way in life, raised her 3 children herself, has never been in trouble, has never been arrested. The worst I ever done was got a speeding ticket. I own my own fucking home. I live responsibly. I do the right thing as much as I can, every time I can. I didn't die of a drug overdose like my other 2 sisters. Well, one died of a drug overdose, and the other one, her heart gave out because of the drugs that she had done. They had done that, give it whatever that stuff is they put in their nose or their mouth or whatever to bring them back when they've overdosed, and, several times. Stole from people, and a lie. Oh my gosh, she was a liar all around. Anyhow, those 2 were mommies, especially the oldest one. She would steal from my grandmother too. But yeah, that's the kind of mother I had. I had reasons not to like my mother. I'm not going to say whether my grandson has reasons or not. Because if he does, I'm sure he fully believes in them. However, this blaming everything on everybody else and not taking responsibility for things doesn't make you a bad person because you don't have your children. Your children are all in safe places. They're all grown. They're with family. It could have been a lot worse. So that's all I'm going to say about that. A little tense here. But you know what? My grandson lives here. This is his home. He lives here. He's been with me most all his life. He lived with his mother away maybe a year and a half, maybe. But most of the time he's lived in grandma's house. And the last 10 years or so it's been grandma without mom there. But she's my daughter. Regardless, I'm not going to be like my mother. She's still my daughter. I love her. I love her for who she is. She is who she is. Can't change her. Why do I want to change her? I won't let anybody change me. I may not agree with a lot of things, but you know what? She's a grown fucking woman. I'm not going to stick my nose in. This is between her and my grandson. I love them both. But it was pretty tense around here. But that's just the way it goes. People want to be assholes. Be assholes. I don't care who you are, friends, foe, family. It doesn't matter to me. Just pipe the bullshit down when you're around me. That's all. You know why? Because they don't give a shit anyhow. They don't call me. They don't want to know. 18 major fucking surgeries. And neither one of them, the girls, showed up at the hospital. Didn't bother to call either. We'll see how I was or if I needed anything. Yeah. And my youngest one said, well, Mom, I didn't know you were that sick. Really? Well, maybe if you'd have fucking called. Well, you didn't tell me. Well, I gotta go out here and fucking, hey, I'm having surgery today. Or, hey, I gotta fart crosswise. I don't feel good. Hey, no. I took care of them their fucking lives. They grew up without incident. They grew up to be fucking healthy. And I can't get a phone call? So if y'all ever wonder sometimes why I have such a sour attitude, and I try not to, but every time I turn around, and this fucking stranger thing is really bothering me. So yeah, I would just rather, I lived alone. Gosh, when I left my first husband, I don't know, a good long time. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. When I wanted to have a boyfriend, I had a boyfriend. When I didn't want to be bothered, I didn't have to be bothered. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying my husband's a horrible man. He's really not. He's not. He's one of those so fucking smart he has no common sense people. I don't get along easy with those people. You can be fucking book smart all you want, but you know what? If you don't know where the oil goes in your fucking car, you're a dumbass. I'm not saying that's him, but I know other people that are pretty smart. They don't even know where the fucking oil. I would rather have common sense and be street smart. Even though I have some book smarts, that goes way, way put in the closet and a big fucking box duct tape shut. Because that does me no good in everyday life. And dealing with people does me no good. But, oh, I know this and I know that. And I've been to school for this and I've done... Let's sit down and have a conversation about daily life. They can't fucking do it. They have no clue. Because they're so consumed with themselves and how fucking smart they think they are. Yeah. I don't get right now. I'm in my happy place. My turtles are fed. My babies are all fed. 2 of them are laying here. Eddie's laying here watching his water dish. It's almost empty, and I know he's going to knock it over in a minute. But I got the door cracked open a little bit. They coming and going, and I'm happy, right? Within me, I'm happy. I know I've been bitching, but this is what makes me happy. Not all that other stupid bullshit. I am nobody's babysitter. I don't know when the hell I got that job put on me as I got to babysit everybody and make sure their lives go right. I'm over it. I really am. Call me selfish, call me whatever. But you know what? I'm going to do what I want to do for once in my life. I don't care who likes it and who doesn't. And that includes my husband. I love him, but I don't care at this point. I'm going to do what I want to do. And he can either join in or he can whatever. That's where I'm at. And honey, when you see this, don't think I don't love you. Because if I haven't proven that to you by now, you're a fucking fool. But, just because you're my husband does not put you on any platform any higher than anybody else. And those words just came out of this big fucking mouth, and I meant every word I just said. And it applies not just to my husband, but to everybody. Everybody. Keep your fucking problems away from me. I'm done. I'm done. Figure them out. You want to come to me with your problems, but I'm not allowed to say anything. I'm not allowed to have an opinion, so I don't. Now I don't care because I don't have an opinion. But if I have an opinion, then I'm a bitch. There you go. That's not even a flake off a fucking iceberg of what I've dealt with in my life. And I tell you what, I'm not complaining, but it's one of those lives. You either shit or get off the pot. It's not for the weak. It really isn't. And the problems, here's what aggravates me. They're not my issues. They're everybody else's issues. I don't create issues, but I got to fucking deal with they expect me to. Why? I didn't create them. They're not mine. You don't want to deal with mine. You don't even want to hear what I have to say about anything. I mean, anything. I sent my oldest daughter a message and told her they put the creep in jail. She says she didn't know anything about it. I know damn well I text messaged her about it, but I don't have my text messages anymore because husband wiped my phone, and I've always asked him, please save my text messages. Please save them. You never know when you're going to need them. Please save them. No, too much work. He wants to get back to his laptop doing this shit. Yeah, always in a hurry. In a hurry for everything, but if it's something for him, I know, I'm bitching a lot. I'm bitching. I'm having a bitching fucking day because it's been a few fucking days. I don't get it. I don't bother anybody. My issue is this mouth. This fucking mouth. But you know what? It gets like this when I'm provoked. If everybody would just do what they're supposed to do and be responsible for what they do, that's it. It would be silent. Don't bring your shit to me. You won't have to hear it. That's just how I feel. I don't care that I'm mom. I don't care that I'm wife. I don't care that I'm grandma. I don't care that I'm mother-in-law. I don't care about any of that. I'm a person. So don't expect because I'm grandma, I shouldn't have opinions. Or I'm mom that's 66 years old, I'm too old to have an opinion. Or I can't say anything about my son-in-law. He's cool. Him and I. But there's others that are opinionated. I got a nephew. I love him dearly. He's been separated from his whole family, not just me. His whole fucking family because of the bitch he married. Yeah. When I found out he was marrying her, I just looked at him. I said, Jamie, what the fuck are you doing, man? That's trash from way back. Oh, yeah. I could go into stories there, too. I'm not going to. That's his wife. He married her. He has to deal with her. But she has separated him from the rest of his family. And my oldest daughter, they grew up together. They were best friends. You didn't see one without the other. One got in trouble, the other one got in trouble. Now, nope. That's okay. He wants to live that way. He wants to be separated from his... That's on him. I'll love him. I'll always love him. That's my youngest sister's son. He lost his mother. He lost his brother. Yeah. And I have always been here for him. And he knows that. It would be a cold day in hell. A cold fucking day in hell before I would let my husband come between me and any family member. Period. I don't care. They're my family. I'll deal with them. I don't try to come between him and his children. I don't know his children. They're grown. One of them's pregnant and getting ready to get married, and that's all I know. I'm not getting involved in that. That's his family. I'm not going to tell him he can't talk to them. I already told him he wants to be there for the wedding. Go. I'm not that person. I'm not. So therefore, my family is my family. Everybody else can be replaced. And that's how I feel about that. Am I opinionated? No, I'm not. I could go into the whole ugly story about them. It's none of my fucking business. All I know is she keeps him from his family. And I don't think it's because she's a real loving person, because I know he's had to spend a few nights at his dad's house from time to time, and we've had conversations, so I know he's not happy. So why make the rest of the family suffer? Because he's wonderful. He's a good-hearted guy when you're allowed to have his time, which isn't very often. He's been promising me that he would come to our RV. His company took care of the AC in our RV. Still not working. So rather than drive it all those miles and use 100 gallons of gas, he came over and found out that what was wrong, it was a valve that should have been replaced that wasn't, and it's leaking. Well, that's been a couple weeks. It still sits there. Then I asked him, can you please come over and clean my gun for me? Do I look like that's happened? I'll stop over tomorrow at Becker. I'll stop over. Never happens. Then they all wonder why I have the fucking attitude I do. If he called me and said, Aunt Beck, I'm in Georgia. I'm stuck. I'll be right there. I'll be grabbing my fucking purse and my keys. I'll be right there. We live in a narcissistic fucking world. We do. Everybody's out for themselves and nobody wants to take responsibility, though. When things go wrong, it's always somebody else's fault. Yeah, just like the other night, my grandson out in his car, blah, 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 whatever, king of the road. He's the one that didn't know where to put the fucking oil in his car, but don't tell him, you need to stop all the way at that stoplight before you go around that corner. I don't know what time it was, 1:30 in the morning. Grandma, my car won't start. Where are you? Okay. In my pajamas, grab my keys. Out the door I went. I get there. Get out of the car. He's obviously been partying. That's okay. No cops and no babies at my house. Cops call me, sorry. I said, John, can you turn the key so I can hear what it's doing? I'm really good with cars. I've put master cylinders in, bled them. I put radiators in. I've done tune-ups. Have to. You have to. You have to know how to take care of yourself. Anyhow. Turns the key. Guess what? The car started right up. Yeah. But he's grown. And instead of sitting there for a minute, I don't know what was wrong with that car. I don't even know if there was anything wrong with that car. Couldn't have called his grandpa. Couldn't have called one of his friends that he was obviously out partying with all night. I don't know where he's at now. Yeah, he called Grandma. And who ran right out that fucking door? But I'll tell you what. Every time I've asked him for help for something, I forgot. Yeah. I don't want to see anybody be left out there by themselves and have to struggle and have to be scared and have to wonder what's to do now. No, I'm there, Johnny, on the fucking spot, but are they there for me? I'll have huge, like a triple load of laundry. Can somebody take this basket to the laundry room for me? 3 days later, I'm getting another basket, separating it out, taking it myself. Then I catch fucking hell. Why didn't you ask me to do that? I did 3 fucking days ago. Well, why didn't you remind me? I don't fucking stutter. That's why. I don't stutter. I'm tired of asking people. I'm not begging anybody to do anything for me. It'd be nice if somebody would take heed to that and understand I am a person. I'm an entity all by myself. I can stand alone. And everybody expects me to be their fucking lifesaver. I'm a little aggravated. I am. I'm not getting any backup on this creepy man thing. Nobody's taking that serious. Not even my husband. I guess it's not important because it didn't happen to any of them. But I'm the bitch. I am. They have lied to me. They have stolen from me. They have berated me. I'm supposed to keep smiling. Not be pissed off. And, well, you know what? Many years of accumulation of bullshit. Yeah. From all of them. And I left. I walked out on all of them before. I took 22 years of that punishment. Now I'm back and got another 18. I'm just about done. And if nobody can see it, the signs aren't there, I'm fucking sorry. Maybe you better get a little common sense then. Maybe you'll fucking pay attention then. Because you know what? All of this that I have don't mean a fucking thing to me. Give me a couple of outfits of clothes and my fucking keys. See ya. It's just how I'm feeling right now. I really am. Not even going to go into the weekend. I'm really not. Both days. And one day I was sitting on my ass in the water for about 6 hours. Both days I went over 15,000 steps in my house. You know how many miles that is? In my house. Taking care of it because nobody else would help. Yeah. And then they have the fucking audacity. Do you ever stop? Are you going to sit down? Well, let me see if I have it in my fucking calendar after I get done cleaning up from dinner and taking care of the animals and taking the fucking trash out and folding all the fucking towels in my house that got dirty over the weekend that just got thrown in there on the floor. Let me see. Let me see if I can put it in my fucking calendar. Yeah. So yeah, that's why I haven't been here. Because I've had the last 4 days of this shit. And I don't care who sees this in my family. I don't care who likes it. I could give a shit less. It's about time maybe you would listen. Maybe this will get your fucking attention. And if not, say la fucking vie. Because I am really pissed off at everybody. They just go about their own motherfucking way. You know what? I've watched this happen to too many people when they get old. I'm not old though. I got news for them. I'll probably out fucking live them. But I watch it in a lot of families where, oh my God, they're old. But I need this and I need that. And you need to do this and I'm going to make a fucking mess so you're going to clean it up. Yeah, we're good for that kind of bullshit, right? Right? I got news for whoever's watching this that knows me. I don't fucking care if you like what I have to say. I really don't care. You don't fucking take care of me. Nobody's gotten me in the position in life where I'm at. I did all that by myself. Nobody. So you know what? I don't fucking care. Because you know what? Y'all aren't in my life anyhow. Only when you want something. So, you're not hurting my feelings. So it is. My daughter came up here. I'll tell you why I'm pissed off. She come up here this weekend for 2 reasons. One was pick up Bo and take him. The other one was so we could sit down and talk about how I'm going to get rid of all this shit and what she wants. And that wasn't even discussed. I sat the air fryer, big air fryer. I said, here, when you go, take this with you. Do you want it? Her boyfriend got all excited. Oh, air fryer. I like to do beef jerky. But I'm still sitting there. Guess what? It's going in the fucking trash. I don't need it. It's too big. We didn't discuss any of that stuff. We could have sat down and went through my jewelry, but no. We were too preoccupied with the man that we live and we work with. So we're together 24 hours a day. We come to Mom's house and we're with him 24 hours a day. Don't even have time to sit down and take a fucking meal with me after I made the meals. So yeah, she's watching. Yeah, I'm a little aggravated. And then she stands in my kitchen and wants to bitch about how her son treats her. Yeah. So if you watch this and you take this wrong, you're not taking it wrong because I mean what I say. I'm pissed off at all of you. Not just you, not just him. All of you. I've had it. Go find yourself another fucking person to call when things go wrong. I'm not the one. Lose my fucking phone number, all of you. I don't really care. I don't care. Because the only time I use these phones anymore is this right here. That's it. I'm an hour running my fucking mouth for an hour. Well, I'm going to get off of here. Thanks for hanging around and listening to me vent. Now I'm going to go aggravate the fuck out of myself and do a print and send it. And if she sends it back and says she doesn't like it, I'm just going to say, Carmen, I cannot help you. I will return these shirts. I'm done. She can have the other fucking ones done for free. I'm that fucking done. Sitting here watching my 2 turtles out there in the pond. They're so lucky. You're so lucky they don't have to go through this bullshit. They swim, they look cute, they eat. And Eddie's getting ready to tip over his water jug. I can tell by the way he's drinking out of it. Alright guys, I'm going to go. I'm not going to apologize for this video. It's real life. And if anybody says they don't have shitty days, they're lying to you. Don't give up and don't give in. Don't let anybody else make you think you're not worthy of anything, because you know what? You are. All by yourself. You're worth it. Don't ever, ever let anybody tell you you're not. Because you know what? This is what I'll tell them. This is my favorite words. Go fuck yourself. Bottom line. Anyhow, guys, I'm sorry that I brought this to you. I'm not sorry that I feel this way, and I'm not sorry that my mouth ran. But I appreciate you being here. This is the whole thing to these videos. You know, when you get old, don't let people kick you down. Don't let them make you think you're fucking worthless or useless, because you're not. Don't sit there and mold in that chair in front of that TV because somebody says you're not worth it. You are. You are. And you need to understand that. Keep moving. Do things for yourself. And regardless of all the assholes out there in the world, do something nice for somebody. Because you know what? It ain't about them anyhow. It's about you. Alright guys, thanks for hanging around. Thanks for watching this for an hour. I never intend for him to go this long, but you know what? I'm not the only one that feels this way, and I know that. I know a lot of other people out there that get treated this way, if not worse. I know a lot that get treated a lot worse than I do. And I probably, if I wasn't in all sound mind and everything, I'd probably be in the same boat. Because I could feel feel it right now. They're just trying to kick me down, and it ain't happening. It ain't. They can all kiss my ass. All right, guys, I got to go. I got to get things done. Tomorrow I'm going to go see my Aunt Shirley and my Uncle Harry, and then I'm going to the cemetery to speak with Daddy and drop by my oldest daughter and drop off her birthday present. That's it. I might be back later. I don't know. Who knows what the hell else is going to happen. This has been the week from hell. Fucking Murphy's supposed to be here in February, not in June. All right, guys. Thanks. I'm not mad at you guys. I'm really not. I don't have any reason to be mad at any of y'all. Thanks for stopping by. Push my butt, please. Make my husband happy. And I'll see y'all later. All right. Bye-bye.